It has been at least 2 weeks, I think, at this point since I last done one of these, but it's good to be back. It was a very, very busy week. Busy week, more like busy 11 days while my girlfriend from Japan visited. And that was, yes, very tiring. So had one rest day, 2 rest days, right about 2 rest days before getting fully back into things. I had one sort of transition day where I did piano stuff and Japanese practice, but not everything else. And I recalibrated a lot of like plans for new 30-day challenges. And now I'm back at it, like fully 100%. I actually had 2 days where I allowed myself to watch some anime, watch some entertainment stuff on YouTube. It was after a 36, I think it was 36 days streak of not doing it. Like for sure it's either 35 or 36, but that is really solid. I've probably never done that in my life other than when I was a baby. So my conscious life, basically, I've probably always been watching some form of entertainment or playing a game since I was a little kid. So 35 days in a row of not having that in my life, not doing that, not spending time on it. Really, really solid streak. And now I'm back at it. Gonna go for another 30 days and maybe give myself another sort of day or two of, allowing myself to engage in watching entertainment. For me, at this stage in my life, I'm okay with that. Like maybe me back then would not be, and it would be significantly harder, but I've consumed so much media in my life already. I don't need that much more as of right now. But I will, I just got a lot of stuff I want to do. That's pretty much it. I want to spend my time doing it. So the Japanese practice has been going well. I've been practicing to stream, learning Japanese by AI. I have everything set up. I've consistently innovated on my setup and tried to improve it, learning new things about my gear, their limitations, all that stuff. And it's good stuff. I enjoy the process of improving systems. I enjoy the process of improving the process. It's a kind of an interesting thing. And I do enjoy doing it as well. It's sort of like doing both at once because you can't really improve the system that much if you don't understand the system, if you don't understand the process and what's involved in it. So that's been going well. For piano stuff, I got back on it. I have a very clear goal of what I need to achieve in the next 30 days. I sort of reset the challenge to be more like 100 days of playing by ear and seeing where I can get to. And then we have YouTube stuff. We have not gotten back into that yet. Today is actually Wednesday, so my girlfriend left on Sunday. So I sort of spent Monday recovering. Tuesday was a transition day. And then here's today where it was like me trying to get back full on. But I was very close, not quite. I just missed the YouTube work, which is actually a big portion. But, I started a new 30-day challenge regarding exercise, which is to just do 30 minutes of exercise a day with my 10-minute routine. This is something I mentioned at some point, I believe. The 10-minute routine includes push-ups and pull-ups, but there's no set number that I have to reach daily anymore. It's more like just do it and do it well and try to surpass my limitations regarding push-ups and pull-ups. I know I wanted to do this whole 2-100 type of thing. I ended up just doing to 60, but I'm very happy with having done the 30 days in a row with push-ups and pull-ups. But I honestly think it's time to move on from it for a little bit. And I'm still doing them in the 10-minute challenge. I just don't necessarily have a full-on goal at the moment. The goal is to just do the exercise, do the 10-minute routine 3 times a day to make it 30 minutes of exercise per day. So that will be a good amount of cardio, a good amount of, actually if I were to do 33 push-ups, then I would reach 100 per day, or 99, but one of them can be 34. So that's very doable. I've done that plenty of times during the other challenge. And for pull-ups, if I can manage to do my max number, 17, every single time, then I can reach 50, but that's not gonna happen. That's too difficult. Yeah, I think for pull-ups, I'll just try to max out a bit more when I do them. And I might just do them randomly as well, not really thinking about it too much. Just, I feel like doing pull-ups, just do pull-ups. They don't necessarily have to be part of the 10-minute routine, but that is the challenge for kinetic. The challenge for Japanese learning is going on, and the challenge for piano is going on. So that's 3. And we have the clarity challenge, which is, no watching entertainment media stuff going on as well. We're trying to get back onto YouTube. That's the main project stuff. And I think perfect sleep is happening as well. And then the water challenge as well. Perfect sleep, I started yesterday. I just slept at 11, or at least I tried to sleep at 11, and I woke up at 7. So that's a perfect 8 hours, the recommended amount. And I'm gonna just do that for 30 days, or at least try to, and maybe experiment a little as well. Like see if, how different is it to sleep 7 hours and 30 minutes, or perhaps sleeping an extra 30 minutes. Like, is it a noticeable difference? And I have to basically try my best to consistently do the same things each day, same energy level, consume the same amount of calories, be on a healthy diet, drink a similar amount of water, all that stuff. Like, try to control all the other variables. Very difficult, but I will try my best to do that for the 30 days and test out, what is the perfect amount of sleep for me personally. Similar with the water challenge, like what is the perfect amount of water? And that's been a little difficult because I stopped while the visit was going on. Like, I didn't really have time to track, and didn't have time to drink as much either. But now that I'm back to my normal schedule, I can easily do it. And I'm pretty confident a lot of these challenges will just be completed in 30 days or so, less than 30 days probably, because some of them I'm just sort of like leaving or continuing where I left off and not worrying about the gap, because that was kind of inevitable. There was just certain days I could not have done anything. Even if I tried my hardest, it would have been nearly impossible to do certain challenges. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Like, that was something out of my control. So there's no point in beating myself up about it. But yeah, that's the update right now. I think everything is going really well. We have the momentum, or we're building back the momentum. I still feel it from before the visit, so that's good. And everything is structured really, really well. Like, I think yesterday when I restructured certain things and the 30-day challenges and all that stuff, and I kind of fell behind with YouTube as well, but that's fine. I restructured when to release which videos. Everything is set. I just have to perform now. I gotta do it. And I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to do it. I think I have everything we need to do it. There's nothing crazy going on for the next 30 days in terms of my schedule, so that is good. But after right about 30 days, 34 or 5 or so days, basically a week after I finish these challenges, I'm going to be going to Japan again, but just for a couple weeks, nothing crazy, nothing like I did early this year, but I'm looking forward to it a lot, and I want to perform my best. And while I'm in Japan, I'll continue to do different challenges that I can do in Japan. Like, for instance, I wanted to record myself for 30 days in a row. That's a challenge I tried at some point, but I failed at it. I did shorts, that was good, and that helps me gain a lot of subscribers for my personal channel. But really, what I want to do is vlog and record myself in Japan. I mentioned that those were my favorite videos in Japan, and I want to do it again. I want to basically, I just want to try it more and see how it goes. A lot to learn from it, a lot that I need to do, but I'm ready, even though I am kind of tired right now because it was a long day and getting back into things after. It almost felt like a vacation for me as well, because the whole time we were together and just doing stuff constantly. So yeah, very, very tired. But with a good night's rest, I will be back up and running. And I think a part of me today realized something. It's I've been doing a lot of optimizing for the systems that I have in place, right? I guess we can call them zones. So it's exercising, kinetic, that's one of the zones. The optimal thing to do is the 10-minute routine 3 times. And I haven't really done that, but now I have it set up. And I know what I should do, when I should do it, and everything like that. There's nothing left to chance. There's nothing left to feeling, when should I do it? I don't know. It's confusing. It is hard. Let's not do it. There's nothing like that in that system anymore. Same with piano and playing by ear. I finally came up with a solid system. Just do it every single time. And then for Japanese, I have something like that as well. I barely figured it out today. Like, it's so interesting. It's like I figured it out today for Japanese. I figured it out today for kinetic. I figured it out today for piano. Of course, I know that, the more I do it, the more I'm going to be like, okay, maybe I do need to change something up. Maybe I do need to add some improvements. But like, for the most part, I think I can do this thing that I set up for at least a few weeks before I notice any like big changes I need to make to the system, to the routine. So yeah, that's a really good thing in my opinion, because it's like, okay, now I can focus on doing the thing and practicing and making progress instead of like, oh, how do I improve the system? Because those both things take up resources, like mental resources, and it's a good idea to spend that mental resource to actually practice and learn rather than trying to like figure out what's the best way to learn. Or yeah, so that's something that was definitely a theme today. And it makes sense because this is still like a little bit of a transition day for me where I had time off from everything and I'm like, okay, let's relook at everything. What do we do next? Especially since I finished like certain things for kinetic, for instance, like the push-ups and pull-ups. And yeah, that's basically it. We've done a lot of analyzing and thinking and reorganizing. So that was the day. And oh yeah, the splits challenge as well. This is going to be quite a lot at once, but I think I can handle it. Like, I don't know why I think that, but I feel like I can, despite the fact that I'm like, now that I'm counting, trying to do like 8 30-day challenges all at the same time. Oh yeah, music is about to start as well. So 30 days of me trying to do music stuff. Like, honestly, this is kind of insane, the amount of challenges I have going on at once. But I don't mind it. I feel alive. I feel good. I feel like I can do it. Let's like give it everything and push forward. Some of them are very easy though, like the water, sleeping, and clarity, like no watching entertainment stuff. Like that's very easy now. Like I'm used to it. So those 3 things, it's almost like I'm not doing anything, but like keeping track of how I feel and some numbers. And then the 10-minute exercise routine, like I sort of did that already back then, but not as like well structured and disciplined. So I just basically gotta like rediscipline myself to do that. And honestly, it's probably easier than the 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups. And then piano stuff, we've been doing that for a while. We're on day 66 now. So it doesn't feel like anything's changed regarding that. So for 5 challenges, it's very, very, very easy. The Japanese learning one that one takes up a lot of resources. So that one's pretty difficult. And then the music one is for sure going to be difficult as well. So those 2 are going to be tough. What else is there? Yeah, splits as well. Splits is going to take up energy. So we have 3 of them that are pretty difficult, and then 5 of them that are like, it's part of my routine now. Like I don't need to really think too much about it. I just do it. But the Japanese one is actually fun to do, so I don't really mind doing it. It just takes up a lot of resources, so I have to be careful with that and not overdo it. Because I think that's the reason why I didn't do my YouTube stuff today, is because I spent too much time and energy on that rather than YouTube, which is more important, to be honest. I mean, the Japanese thing is kind of for YouTube as well, but the main video stuff is more important to finish off as soon as possible if I want to, reach my goal, my plan of like doing that habit program, doing that 30-day challenge program and creating it and having people sign up for it and stuff like that. But all of this is basically proof, right? Proof of concept, proof of like my ability to make it happen and my ability to understand what it takes to make it happen. So if I can achieve all of this, these 8 30-day challenges all at once, then I believe I will have a good amount of proof of concept. Like I think I'll have the credibility to be able to help guide others with their own 30-day challenges and habit building stuff, because that's in the end what a lot of this is actually. So, but I'm rambling quite a lot and I will need to sleep soon because of the challenge. I have to recall that this actually takes time to edit as well. This is probably of lower importance, so I don't really think that I need to worry about this too much. I'll continue to do it, but if I miss days for this lucidity thing, I don't mind it. Like I've sort of reached like a good point where I probably don't need to do this every single day, But there was a certain point where I did want to do it every single day as my daily journal. I'm not sure. I'll see how much time and energy it takes up. The other challenges take priority, to be honest. So yeah, it really depends on how my performance goes tomorrow or day to day, and that will determine whether I have the time or energy to do this. But to be honest, this is actually quite easy to do as well. I'm literally just talking and reflecting and thinking. Yeah, I wish I could just like drop the file in somewhere and then everything just happens and then I can just upload it. I guess I technically could do that, but then it would also include all the pauses and stuff, and I'd have to include a video with it. Yeah, I think no matter what, this is gonna take at least like 15 minutes to do. But at least we can try to make it something we do while doing something else. Like right now I'm practicing doing the splits. This is gonna be a light routine for today, for day one. So at least for the talking part, it's fine. But again, for the editing, I kind of hate the fact that I have to spend 15 extra minutes editing. I used to do this thing like a while back where I practiced doing the splits for 100 days straight. And I would talk like this actually to the camera. I could try to do something similar. Like, it wouldn't be as refined, obviously, but it's probably an easier process, to be honest, because all I need to do is take that file and upload it immediately. So it would sort of be like doing both at once and eliminating the requirement to edit. Although it would sort of make it like not like a podcast anymore. So I'm not sure. And I don't want to always constantly be on video while doing the splits. That seems kind of, I don't mind that. It won't be good quality because the lighting is not very good at night. And it's not a very focused splits routine. Usually when I talk to the camera, I'm literally just sitting there in the splits position and doing light stretches. So it's probably not gonna get me the splits if I do it that way. And that's probably the most important aspect. Because back then when I did it for 100 days straight, that's what I did. It did help me improve actually, but it was not very effective. Okay, that's enough for this one. Otherwise it's gonna get too long.